It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Strong thunderstorms and locally heavy rain moves into the northeast. Cooler, breezy conditions follow, while the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies see unsettled weather through midweek. Meanwhile, the southern plains heat up with the highs in the 80s and 90s. Another fast-moving system brings rain and gusty winds into the northern plains, upper Midwest, and Great Lakes today into tomorrow, while the southwest remains dry and gradually warmer. Closer to home, dry and quiet weather continues through early in the week. Highs warmer than usual for mid-October today. Now, a weak backdoor front is going to bring some slightly cooler temperatures tomorrow with some gusty mountain winds. Wednesday holds a slight chance of isolated showers, but totals should be minimal. The remainder of the week stays dry and mild. Allergy sufferers, take note. Dust and pet dander, as well as tree and ragweed pollen levels are all moderate. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, War Highway, Ellen Road, and Nike Avenue will be open all day.
This past Saturday, both Walmart stores in Alamogordo were evacuated after bomb threats triggered a full-scale response. Police, fire, and EMS crews secured the sites with help from bomb-sniffing canines from Holloman Air Force Base. No injuries were reported. Both stores reopened safely by mid-afternoon. Authorities stress that threats like these, part of a growing national trend, are taken seriously. Anyone with any information about this should come forward. In Alamogordo, over 300 residents gathered for the No King's Day 2 protest as part of a nationwide movement opposing President Trump. The peaceful rally focused on local and national politics, but local Republicans criticized the demonstration, pointing to bigger issues like border security, illegal immigration, and rising rents. Republican Chairwoman Amy Barella called the protest anti-American and questioned its goals. Organizers encouraged civil engagement and early voting. Conservatives say the focus should be on real-world challenges facing our communities. Now, one thing I found ironic is there were these No King's Day protests that took place all over the world, including London and Madrid. For those of you unaware, both England and Spain have sitting kings. Ruidoso Downs City Council candidate Shane Walker is back on the ballot, even as both his criminal and civil embezzlement cases remain pending. Walker, who was suspended from office back in 2023, faces accusations of taking over $20,000 in city funds. Critics say voters deserve honesty before re-electing anyone who's under felony indictment. Conservatives argue that this highlights the need for greater accountability and integrity in local government. The Lincoln National Forest will be conducting prescribed burns in the Smoky Bear District starting tomorrow. The controlled fires help reduce overgrown vegetation, protecting communities, infrastructure, and natural resources from catastrophic wildfires. Residents near Ruidoso Downs, and Alto may see smoke. Drivers should slow down and use headlights. Areas may be temporarily closed for safety, and Forest Service crews will monitor and mop up afterwards. Stay updated via the Forest Service website or social media. The Alamogordo Chess Club meets every Monday, 5:30 inside the bar at Lowe's Signature Market, 675 East 10th. The meetings are casual, no membership or fees required. Simply show up with a board, find a partner, and play. Lowe's is open until 10 p.m., and players are encouraged to purchase any food or drinks while there. Also, chess fans, the Emiliano Mike Perea Memorial Open 2.0, with $5,500 in guaranteed prizes, takes place next weekend in Albuquerque. The Republican Party of New Mexico announces that local elections are coming up. This year, you'll vote for mayor, city council, school board, water board, soil and conservation candidates. Party affiliation does not appear on the ballot, but you can check the constitutional conservative candidates in your county. Early voting is going on now. Election day is November 4th. Same-day registration is available at all polling locations. Absentee ballots can still be requested. Make your voice count and vote for leadership that reflects your values. The historic district of Tularosa will host Halloween on Granado Street, Saturday, October 25th from 5 until 8. Trunk or Treat Alley, live music by Sancho and the Side Piece, food vendors, games, haunted maze, pet parade, costume contest, photo booth, whole bunch of cool stuff. This is hosted by the Tularosa Arts and History Council. Visit trytularosa.org or call 505-350-4531. The Alamogordo Fire Department invites families to trick or treat on Halloween, Friday, October 31st from 5 until 8. Kids can stop by Fire Station 1, 619 Texas, Fire Station 5, 1492 South Florida, or Fire Station 6, 3100 North Florida, to collect candy and goodies. Well, today is Monday. It's time for a pup date from Animal Village NM.
Hi, this is Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM, and we're asking you to shop, share, and pay it forward. Every purchase, every pair of shoes, every small act of kindness can change countless lives. At Animal Village NM, everything we do circles back to one goal: preventing the suffering that comes from pet overpopulation. Through our Spay It Forward $40,000 fundraiser, we're working to provide 200 low-cost or fully subsidized spay and neuter surgeries for pets in Otero and Lincoln counties. And each surgery prevents dozens, sometimes hundreds, of unwanted litters from being born into a world that's already overwhelmed. Across New Mexico, animal control facilities and shelters are packed beyond capacity. Staff and volunteers do heroic work, but the map never adds up. There are simply more homeless animals than there are homes. And the only way to stop the heartbreak is through prevention. And that's what Spay It Forward NM is all about. You can help right now in several easy ways. Shop for the cause. Visit our eBay store for a treasure chest of donated jewelry, collectibles, artwork, and more. Every purchase supports our Spay and Neuter program. You're not just buying a beautiful item, you're funding surgeries that keep pets healthy and families whole. Donate your gently used shoes. We're thrilled to announce that our community is 75% of the way toward our current shoe drive goal. We now only need 250 more pairs of gently used shoes, boots, heels, any kind of footwear in wearable condition to reach 2,500 pairs total. That milestone unlocks a $1,000 donation, enough to spay or neuter 5 more pets and prevent hundreds of unwanted litters in your community. It's such a simple way to help. Clean out your closet, drop off your shoes, and know you're making a tangible difference. Or see us in person. You can find Animal Village NM at the beautiful Ruidoso Community Center in Ruidoso every first Tuesday from 11 to 1. White Sands Mall in Alamogordo, 11 to 1, inside the main entrance every second Tuesday. So stop by to donate shoes, ask questions, or learn how to get involved. We can also see you at other times by appointment. Just phone us at 575-415-8310. 575-415-8310. Because every pair of shoes, every dollar raised, every item sold online moves us closer to a community where compassion and prevention define our care for animals. Because they love us, let's Spay It Forward together today. Visit animalvillagenm.org to find our eBay link, shoe drive details, and the GoFundMe page that covers it all. Thank you so much for caring.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the Big Lies news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Albuquerque authorities arrested Pete Guevara on Thursday. He's been accused of trafficking a 17-year-old runaway. Investigators say he manipulated the teen into selling drugs for his own profit. The New Mexico Department of Justice has been tracking him since June after a tip from a family advocacy group. If he's convicted, he faces up to 12 years behind bars. Deputies responded Friday evening to reports of a body south of Roswell. The victim had been dead for some time. Authorities executed a search warrant in connection with that death, which is being investigated as a homicide. The cause of death and the person's identity have not yet been determined. Josiah Armillo, a private security guard in Albuquerque, is facing second-degree murder charges. This is after he fatally shot an unarmed suspect shoplifter outside of a Spirit Halloween store. The victim, Chase Baltramo, allegedly tried to steal about $90 worth of merchandise.
They look at the totality of all circumstances, and essentially there didn't appear to be justification to use deadly force.
APD spokesman Gilbert Gallegos speaking with KOB.
It's kind of senseless, I think, when you look at the beginnings of this and it's a simple shoplifting case that turns into something tragic like this. It's real disappointing.
Court documents show a physical altercation and that Armijo used pepper spray before firing his weapon. Deadly force is generally used to protect persons, not property. Armijo was released on his own recognizance with a nightly curfew as the investigation continues and the store remains closed. Incidentally, Beltramo had been previously arrested 23 times since 2002. The federal government shutdown is now in its third week. Democrats refuse to pass a spending bill without extending Obamacare tax credits, which are set to expire next year, as well as no-cost health care for illegal aliens. Republicans, who currently control Congress and the White House, say there's still time to find a solution and argue Democrats are holding the government hostage. Senator Martin Heinrich warns that premiums could rise for the Mexicans, but the GOP says the $350 billion price tag is simply too steep. Heinrich spoke with KOB.
I think the way we get out of this is to get the Republican and Democratic leaders in the House and Senate together in one room with the president and figure out a bipartisan way out of this. I've written a lot of appropriations and spending bills. That's the way you break the logjam.
For now, federal workers remain without pay while Washington remains deadlocked. The trial of former NMSU basketball player DeShondre Washington, who was accused of hazing and sexually assaulting a teammate, has been delayed again. 2 co-defendants took plea deals and will testify against him. Washington's defense claims his right to chosen counsel was violated, saying his attorney was forced to remain despite attempting to withdraw multiple times. The trial was set for today, but the Supreme Court has given the Las Cruces District Court until the end of the month to respond. An 18-year-old Albuquerque man is behind bars after attempted carjacking Saturday morning at Ventana Ranch Park. Cash Brown and 2 juveniles tried to steal a Ford F-150 while the owner was preparing a soccer field. A brief fight ensued and the truck owner knocked out Brown. The other 2 suspects fired gunshots into the air as they fled. Brown has been charged with assault, vehicle burglary, and conspiracy. He's being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center. A disgraced former New Mexico State Police officer and a New Mexico doctor will each pay more than $1 million in restitution after pleading guilty to Medicaid fraud and other felonies. Prosecutors say Morgan Ortiz and Dr. Keith Levitt ran a bogus addiction recovery program that stole hundreds of thousands from taxpayers. Ortiz once claimed he had turned his life around following a DWI arrest, but now he faces up to 3 years in prison for exploiting vulnerable patients and defrauding the system. The New Mexico Supreme Court is taking up a case to determine whether McKinley County District Attorney Bernadine Martin should be removed from office. Attorney General Raul Torres has accused Martin of mismanagement, failing to prosecute cases, and creating a hostile work environment. The state's high court has accepted the petition and ordered both sides to file legal briefs. Critics say the turmoil has left crime victims waiting for justice in McKinley County. Well, Cupid may have visited the land of enchantment early this year. As Cupid's disease is running rampant. New Mexico is extending its public health order to keep syphilis rates down and to protect newborns. The Department of Health says mandatory testing will continue for adults statewide and for pregnant women during pregnancy and delivery. Officials say the crackdown is working. Cases of congenital syphilis dropped nearly 20% last year, but the infection rates are still double the national average. The order will remain in effect for at least another year. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 4 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, but nothing local. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. High today of 80, low tonight of 52, high tomorrow 76 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny, winds gusting up to 23 miles per hour today, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. High today of 62, low tonight of 37, high tomorrow 59 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Monday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.